Well, hello there and welcome. Well, it's 6 o'clock. So you know what happens at 6 o'clock every evening? We launch a brand new one-day special. And this time it is the turn of John next door. And we are looking at the most incredible die collections. Now, the details are on your screen. I say collections because we have two choices with regards to your one-day special. Each one of those is a set of 4 die sets with a lot more content in it than just those 4 sets. There's loads within there, but you've got 2 options with regards to these, and the details are on your screen. So you can see you've got option 1 over to the side there, and this is option 2 that we are bringing in. But you don't get any prizes for guessing that you can get them both together with an additional saving. And if you're a Freedom member, this is definitely the route you want to be taking to take advantage of those one-day specials. Pop the details up on the screen already, because this is the way that you tend to go for these brand new dies. And of course, while we do that, I will introduce fabulous John. How you doing?
I'm all right. Nervous.
Oh, bless you. You always are when it comes to a one-day special.
The Christmas was late, so you feel like you're over-prepped. I was saying this to a friend earlier. I absolutely love this collection, the Baroque collection.
Yes,
this sort of first release. I absolutely love it. And you always feel, you know, when you love something, other people, it's the one you're not as keen on that everyone seems to absolutely go mad on. So I just feel,
always,
you know.
Always in it. Now, they've got the details up on the screen for you for the complete bundle, which is both of those one-day specials. I'll go into all the housekeeping, the whys and wherefores and the numbers in a few moments, but you need to know it's a popular one already. Lots of you taking advantage of both of these together with the complete collection details on your screen. So much so that, what was the update, sorry there? A quarter of the stock has gone. Wow. Now, everybody saves with a one-day special. We know that. That's what a one-day special is all about. And because you've got 2 one-day specials here, you're actually going to be taking the savings from both of those forward to the complete collection. Now, you're buying both together, you will expect an additional discount. Well, you've got one. In addition to that £10 saving, you've got an additional £4 saving. But if you're a Freedom member, you've actually got an additional £13.59 on top of the saving that you're making on each of these. So you're actually saving £23.59. Brings the price right the way down to £86.33. But you know what? It gets even better because you can spread the cost. Now, wait for this. When you actually see these payments, you can spread the cost over 3 payments. Now, you may well have spied with our one-day special, you've got the ability to spread the cost over 2 payments, but it actually works out just a few pounds more to go for your first flexi buy with your complete bundle than it does for going for your one-day special, which is only one of those 2 options. Don't forget, if you're going for one of the one-day specials, you're getting 4 packs of dies, amazing dies, lots of content in there. Don't get me wrong, but there is a reason why you will want the complete collection, because they all come together. And this is the thing, John, you were saying about there's little elements of one in another and it all works together.
There is, yeah. I designed it as a complete total collection.
Okay.
But I always feel I should match people's budgets. I know that's how I shop.
Yes.
A lot of the time. So we split it into 2, because I always said we'd always have a one-day special, you know, that wouldn't go too high. So there's the options there. But there's a sort of Baroque Snowflake, which goes through almost everything.
Lovely.
So obviously it's not in your poinsettia or your foliage, but what you actually find is that the Baroque Snowflake, so there can you see the large sort of snowflake mandala?
Oh, yes, yeah.
That's 2 of the Baroque Snowflake.
Oh, right, okay,
put together and merged to make the outer design.
Yes.
But you see the baubles there, the stags are held in with the Baroque Snowflakes.
Very nice.
In different sizes, 3 shapes of bauble, 3 different inserts, 3 different toppers, 2 sort of roundels or bezels for them. Then you see the corners. You get 4 corners, and again, a different size version of the Baroque Snowflake in those corners.
Got you.
And then finally in this one, you get the Baroque Snowflake Plate, which gives you 16 different snowflakes.
Wow.
But it's also, the plate's been designed symmetrically, so there's 2 of each size.
Okay.
And it's also been laid out symmetrically, so you can see on the sample there, you can use it as a background.
Beautiful.
Because it's just as attractive. But if you go all the way back to the beginning, to the first one, the Baroque framework, you'll notice the little snowflake that's on the Baroque Snowflake Plate is larger here in the background for the Baroque framework.
Right.
So everything ties and matches together, and it's been sized to match with everything I've done before. So one of the most popular dies I've done this year is called the Mayfield.
Okay.
Which completely sold out.
Oh, right.
And everyone said, oh, you're going to bring back the Mayfield, and we don't. John Next Door dies are invariably a limited run. We tend to do a limited run. What we've done this time is, so this is the Christmas version.
Okay, right.
So it's got the same ribbon thread frame around it, but with a snowflake in the dots.
And that's where we can see those kind of little vertical slots there. I mean, they look fabulous, but there's a purpose for them being there.
You can thread ribbon through those, and it will take a standard 7mm ribbon through there, or you can take wider and bunch it up. But there's so many different combinations. I actually had to use 2 boards for this die.
So with these, you kind of got these as separate dies, creating obviously your gorgeous snowflake is creating your circle, which could be an aperture if you're bringing them together, or it could be that you're using the 2 together and making a separate top. There's a lot of combinations.
There is. There's more combinations than I've shown on the 2 boards there.
Okay.
Because I got to the point where I thought you'd get fed up with holding boards up.
It's only so long I can keep my arms in the air.
If I did so many different, if I did like 6 different boards for it. But then we come to the Baroque Sentiments, and these are a new idea from me. So you've seen my stencil sentiments,
yes,
where the space, the negative is the letter. This is the opposite. The positive is the letter. So these will cut in or cut out with a separate square.
Beautiful.
But they're not set. You don't have peace, hope and joy. You get all the letters for peace, all the letters for hope,
clever,
all the letters for joy, and then you get a separate outside cutting line for every one. So you don't, because it annoys me, you have to repeat it, and they go,
yes,
well, you need the square for the back, but you need to cut this 6 times. No,
yeah.
They're all in there.
Got you.
But of course, I've already realised you can get each out of this, but you can put whatever words you can find. You know, you can get
you can
get
play the
C out
anagram
of it.
game.
Play the anagram game, see what you can get out of it. And again, this is a brilliant idea by Barbara Deer. She realised that you could make a little
isn't that lovely?
Word search sort of thing, or crossword with it. And I thought the sentiments are perfect for the season, because Merry Christmas and Season's Greetings in different styles are coming later on.
Okay.
But we have to send a lot of cards at this time of year to people who don't celebrate Christmas.
That's a good point, yeah. Yeah.
So peace, joy and hope will do, and they'll do for a lot of other things. I've got a friend called Joy, so
yes, yeah,
you know, I can use that for Joy
or
for Joe. Oh, you can't get John, can you? Because there's no N.
Ooh, we have to work on that one. We'll figure it out. There'll be a way.
There'll be a way.
Now, poinsettias, always relevant at Christmas time. My goodness, it's cutting out a lot in one go, and I love this idea.
Yeah, so the plate will give you 24 poinsettias in 4 different sizes.
Wow.
And then miniature ones, and this is the same design as my classic poinsettia and every poinsettia I've done for the last 4 years. So if you've got any of my others, this will match in, because this is smaller versions. But if you notice on this, so many cards. I think at Christmas we're sending smaller cards.
Yes, yeah.
We don't want a massive flower.
You've got to fit them on the mantelpiece.
But this actually uses 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This uses half of the flowers from one board.
Beautiful.
From one cut to make that card, because they're just doubled up, so you get so many out of it.
And I'm not going to show it to you now, but in a little while I'll get Marcus to show you another fabulous project using those poinsettias in a totally different way. Now these are so delicate.
They are. These are the most delicate foliage I've ever done. So I wanted a matching plate of holly and ivy, and again, it's using a similar design to what I've done, so that if you have got my large, massive sprigs of ivy, these will tie in. So so pull those out from last year or the year before, and they'll work with these, and it gives you more scope and more places you can take it.
Is that what's been used with the wreath of the card that was just showing everybody?
So that card's completely made from the holly and the ivy in the wreath.
Isn't that beautiful?
And again, so that entire card doesn't even use all of it, so it's less than a full sheet of A4 card to make that entire wreath.
Now, I love it because you were pointing out to us earlier on that bauble, the bauble that featured the stag in there. And this is a beautiful die cut. This is gorgeous. And you're so clever in the way that you've kind of made it so as the stag is captured in that aperture. So clever.
So you've got the die to cut the outside. You've got the die separate to cut the inside, with the stag held with the baubles. And there are 3... You can see there you've got 3 separate sort of strings for the bauble.
Yes, danglers,
and 2
I like to call them.
I couldn't fit 3 in to the metal. But you've also got 3 shapes of bauble. So that's just one of the shapes.
Look at those.
But you see here, you've got 3 different shapes in the set. That's what I mean about the packaging not reflecting it.
Yes, yeah.
Packaging's a lot smaller. So there you can see the stag is a different size and in different orientation, held in a different way by the snowflakes into... I love this one.
And the word there of joy making an appearance in that one as well. That's really clever style. I've got another board to show those. I'm running out of hands. I need more hands to show you all these boards. So this is showing the different combinations with that different style of bauble.
Yep, so these are included in the same pack. So this time you get the sort of short fat bauble.
Okay.
Or the taller fat bauble.
Yeah.
And again, an insert, and then we've actually got, and then that's them cut together, and then you go down, you've got a long thin bauble.
Beautiful.
And again, cut together, cut in itself, and then just cut out on its own. And again, you've got the aperture, so again, you can layer this up. And with 2 simple cuts, you can get 4 different layers in there.
Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. And I love it. I mean, there's so many different combinations. Now, the last die set that I need to share with you before I show you and explain something to you, which I looked at when we first came into the studio. But let's first of all talk about these corners.
Yep, so these are your snowflake corners. And again, I've put 4 in. There is nothing more annoying than when you buy a corner die and you have to cut it 4 times to make one card.
So true.
Life is just... So, you know, I'm sorry, life's too short for that. But they're designed so that, can you see there's a beautiful shape in the middle?
It's gorgeous.
So when you cut it out, you've got a beautiful shape. And of course, the snowflake that's in the next bundle, or that's in this bundle, will fit in there if you want to. But you can use them separately like that, or drop them in, do different colours, that sort of thing.
I love it. Now, is there another board for me to show?
I think it might be down there. There's another one with the snowflake on.
We've run out of room.
They're everywhere. So this is your large...
So that's the one that's going to sit inside that
So if you want, that will sit inside. But again,
this
gives... I've designed this. This is a double of the snowflake.
OK.
So you've got an in and an out. So it works perfectly. And what you'll see is, you know the wreath cards you were holding up?
Yes.
That's the circle I built the wreath on.
Oh, so the foundation piece.
The foundation piece is in there. But of course, because you've got more pieces, you can have it solid. You can cut the smaller one out of the centre. You could cut that tiny one in the middle out of it. You've got a matten layer for that.
So delicate.
You've then got the little snowflake wreath in the middle. But all of that is in one set. And again, there are more combinations than I could get on one board. And
I love it. I mean, have a look at this piece here. I mean, this is showing just how you can use those combinations together to get an amazing result. And this is brilliant. You can see it all coming together there absolutely beautifully. Gorgeous. Now, we're going to talk about the packaging in a few moments, which is something that I wanted to mention to you, but something I've just seen on the counter here, which I completely forgot about. We've got happy hour. It's that busy telling you about the one-day special. I forgot to mention to you, we have got a happy hour deal for this hour. So we're just going to very quickly bring those details up on the screen. So this is a phenomenal deal. You are getting all of these and paying less than a tenner for these, John.
Yeah, this is crazy. These, again, we found in the warehouse, and there's a different happy hour on all 5 of the shows.
OK.
So there's a different one on each show of 5, and all of them are really good. And I think they are when they're gone, they're gone. But these are not sort of random old embossing folders. These are beautiful Christmas embossing folders.
Gorgeous.
And I adore the second one in.
That one? Or the other side?
Sorry, from the front.
That one?
That one. You'll actually find the bauble fits exactly between the 2 centre snowflakes.
Ah, clever.
So if you go online, what I've done is, there's a video on my YouTube channel. 8 of them launched at 6 o'clock tonight.
Oh, right, OK.
One for each of these die sets individually.
Ah, OK.
But the one for the bauble uses this folder.
Ah, so you definitely need to add these in.
If you want to make that card that you'll see on the video, you need to get this happy hour deal.
And to be honest, if you're adding these in alongside your one-day special and your 3 flexi buys, you're looking at an extra £3.33. I mean, come on. I paid more than that for a coffee yesterday. So, yeah, it's one of those situations where you'll get all of these, but they've been busy already. Lots of you found them before I had the opportunity to tell you about them, so much so that over 10% of the stock has gone. Now, John, one of the things I noticed, and I hope you don't mind me mentioning it, when we came into the studio, the packages that we've got here, we've got a lot of dies that we've been talking about here, but the packages, they're smaller than we've seen before.
They are. What we've done is we have gone for the smallest paper or card packages that we could. And what this does is this reduces the price.
OK.
Because first of all, the plastic is slightly cheaper.
OK.
But what it actually does is this reduces the carbon footprint of our dies because, you know, these come in from abroad. You know, these are made abroad.
Yes.
So these have to come in. The smaller we make the packaging, and it's fully recyclable, the more that go into a container.
Yes.
And so the less miles and the smaller the carbon footprint is of each individual.
Yeah.
So we made a conscious decision this year that we would have every die set put into the smaller. If you pick up the bauble set,
hang on, I've got to remember.
There's actually 11 dies in there.
Now, which one? That's over this side, isn't it?
And this is nearly a sheet of A4 sheet of metal.
Well, this is what I was thinking, because we're showing you the boards and showing you so much content on it, it didn't kind of make sense. Oh, I knew that had happened. It makes sense in my head, because like you say, with this one, is this the one that you're talking about?
This is the one I'm talking about. It's nearly a sheet of A4 metal on there. And normally what happens is that manufacturers make the packaging as big so they can show the image on the front to the right size. Well, obviously, that bauble there you can see is not the right size on the packaging.
Yeah.
They're all stacked inside, but this actually makes it cheaper for the customer. And it also meets something I want personally. It's actually quartered the travelling miles for that packet.
Yeah, yeah.
Because what's actually happened is we can get 4 of those packets into the same space as a normal one. So it quarters it, and that's what we're actually trying to do. So that's what we try and achieve with it. So when you look at the packaging, you said, oh, they're all very small.
Yeah.
They can't be in there. They are in there, but they are all stacked up in there, and it's fully recyclable.
Absolutely amazing, and they're beautiful. I mean, the amount of intricacy that you've got with those dies. I mean, you can see even down to the centres of these little snowflakes that you've got here. You've got the little markings, the little dots featuring in there. Absolutely amazing. Now, the details are on your screen for your complete bundle. So with regards to this one, it is a case that you've got, I need to be an octopus during this hour because I've got a die set here that we need to pop down at the front. So I'm just going to pop that to the side just for a few moments because I need to show you some of these finished samples because this is where you really see how amazing these all come together, and this is a perfect example because everything is combined together.
Everything works together. So the centre of that card there is from the Baroque Snowflake Plate. The snowflakes around are from the Baroque. The sentiment is from the Baroque Sentiments. So you can see that. Shall I take that out the front for you? That might be a little bit easier. But you can see here where you can thread ribbon all the way through here.
Yes.
So you can just do this card flat, and again, you've got the ribbon threaded through, which is the navy.
Isn't that lovely, that ribbon going through? But I suppose that could be strips of paper if you wanted to, glitter cardstock,
yeah.
things like that.
Or you can leave it without. You can do it 2 different ways. And again,
Gorgeous.
don't worry, there's a video showing you how to do this on there. But the baubles tie in.
So classy, that's the thing. I mean, look at that. That's a classic style, but such an elegant look.
It's just, to be honest, there's almost enough in here to keep you going for a couple of years.
Oh, easily.
To be honest, and I shouldn't say that because I have got more Christmas coming. but doing different things and different ideas.
Look at this.
But again, this one by Maxine.
Wow.
But that's using just the baubles. And normally, this is the thing that's frustrated me. Normally, you would have to buy each one of these 3 different shaped baubles separately.
Yeah, because they're different outside edges,
yeah. And you would have to have the tops and the strips would be a separate die as well.
Absolutely beautiful. We're busy. We are very busy. We need to see these in action. A third of the stock has gone. Yeah, I know. We're only, what, 10, 15 minutes into the hour? Lots of you taking advantage of these. You're realising the versatility that you've got and the sheer value for money. That is the key thing with this one. You've got so many different opportunities, but knowing that each and every one of those dies works with its kind of partner or its combined kind of entity, the whole lot of all come together beautifully. And you're paying just 3 flexi-buy payments on this one to get it delivered to your door. If you're a Freedom member, then you're only going to be paying £28.78 today. Everything will get sent to you. And if you're not a Freedom member, the saving actually exceeds the cost of becoming a Freedom member. That's the finished sample I wanted to show you. The tree there, that little green tree, has been made out of poinsettias. How amazing is that?
And that's been cut in 3 different colours. I think this is Archangel I've got to thank for this one.
Beautiful.
But she's not actually even used all of them. You won't find, there's not 72 poinsettias on there.
No.
So out of cutting that will have taken less than 1 sheet of A4 card.
No way.
Yeah, because that's only cut 3 times.
Wow.
And she's not used all of them. So I don't reckon there's more than an A5 piece of card in that.
That is phenomenal. These are absolutely incredible finished samples. Now, we need to get to demo. So let me give you those details. Details on your screen for the complete bundle. What this is the 2 one-day specials coming together with their associated savings, and then you've got an additional saving on top, which means that if you're a Freedom member, you're actually saving over £23 with regards to your complete bundle. Of course, we've got that happy hour deal as well. Lots of you have been taking advantage of that one. You're going to get 4 amazing embossing folders, some of which work alongside these. Absolutely beautiful. So with these, you've got all 4 of these, and these are big size embossing folders. So with regards to these, you've got all 4 of these coming to you for just £9.99. It works out at £2.50 each. Now, if you want to go for these and add them in alongside your one-day special, you look at your complete collection, should I say, and you're spreading the cost over 3 payments, you're only looking at an extra £3.33. So you definitely need these in your collection. But once they're gone, they have gone, and they are literally flying out. Approaching 40% of the stock has gone of these, and they are beautiful designs all the way through those. 983742. If you're wanting yours, please make sure they get in your basket, but more importantly, make sure you're checking your basket out. And we've got other new things to share with you. Haven't had a chance to show you, but we will show you. We've got the most incredible pollen. Now, we know how popular the pollen is when we've seen it before, and the last time we saw it's probably about 18 months ago, to be honest. These are brand new colours, and they're gorgeous winter tone colours that you're going to love. So if you're wanting these, get in nice and early. I'll show you them in the flesh in a little while. $14.99, 6 beautiful colours, 648376. Now, something else, oh my goodness, this artificial snow is phenomenal. This is professional grade. So you know when you see the big department stores and they have those amazing displays, that is where they are making these wonderful kind of snowy displays, because they've got this professional snow. It's amazing. I love it. £9.99 being your price for these. 905 6995. I've always wanted to have the ability to make it snow, and you can now. Look at this. Now, this is a tiny amount. You're getting a big bag of this.
You get enough to fill an A5. You know, one of the A5 boxes?
Oh, yes,
that's what I store mine in. You actually fill an entire A5 box with it.
Isn't that incredible?
The sort of handy boxes, or the, I can never think of the right name for them.
Looks amazing. It's so light and airy as well. So £9.99. It's not just about that, though. You are going to get your adhesive sheets in there as well, and it's perfect. If you want to do shaker cards, you need to get that. John, over to you. What are you going to show us? Right,
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix sort of 2 or 3 together to show how they were designed to go together. So I'm going to make a sort of silver version of this card. So I'm going to actually show you, because I loved this card so much. I've made it in about 4 different colours. So here we are in silver, but again...
I like that with shoes when they fit.
Yeah, I'm like that actually. I have 3 pairs of the ones I'm wearing today. One's on, 2 at home ready to go. But you can see how there, and I think we've just seen a shot of the blue one. So I've done it in blue as well, and that's it in green. But it's just using 3 of the die sets, and it shows how well they work together. So I'm going to use the Baroque framework. I'm going to use, and what I've done is I've cut a piece of white, and this is the Crafts 2 linen card, because it gives a beautiful little texture, and I find you need something with a little bit of detail on it.
Okay, yeah.
To look nice when you've got white on it, certainly when it's Christmas. Now, if I use this without the inside line die, what it will actually do is it will just cut in the frame for me to ribbon thread.
Okay.
But what I can do at the same time is I'm going to run that through, and I'm not actually going to take it out. So I'm going to run this through my Kaleido, and every single die in this collection will fit through the Kaleido or any other A5 die cutting machine.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're looking at these dies and you're thinking, I like these, but I need a die cutting machine, we have got the Kaleido on the show, and the details are at the bottom of the screen if you're wanting to take advantage of that. And again, that can go into your flexi order, and you can spread the cost of that one as well.
But I didn't want to do, I wanted to make sure that it was as open to as many people as possible, so that you didn't have to have an A4 machine to work any of these ones. So this is one of the reasons I've tied it together. I'll just flick those out. You see how easily the bits just fall out. But can you see here you've got the little dots around the side?
Yes.
What you do is take your pokey tool.
Okay.
And run it along.
Oh, clever.
I love the noise, and that pops every single little bit out.
That is clever.
So don't spend hours going, because if I'd got to sit there, no offence, and go, 1, 2, 3.
You wouldn't do it, would you?
I wouldn't do that. I'd change the design. I really would. So we just drag that along.
Oh, that's very satisfying.
It is. I love doing it, to be honest. But you see there in 4 goes, every bit out.
That is brilliant.
So I'm just going to take those little bits out.
And I guess keep those little stars. They're perfect for shaker cards.
They are. Every bit I've designed the fall away.
Oh, that's
to be as useful.
Could you use that in the middle of the poinsettias as well?
Oh, you could. That would make a really nice centre for the mini poinsettias. So what I'm just going to need to do now is just slot the die back into place, because what I wanted to do is I'm now going to put the sentiment into this, and this is what I love about the sentiments. So, and again, I'm sure I set Sam the challenge to see what words he could find out of this.
All the combinations.
And I didn't dare ask in the end.
So are there likely to be more of these that we can add to these, so use them all year round?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
If people want them, they need to let me know that they do.
Fair enough.
To be honest.
Okay.
I'm not going to pretend. I would love to do a full alphabet of this.
Yes, yeah.
I really would. But again, we need to know. I need to know that people would like it and would use it.
That's a good point.
There's no point in me creating a die just because I like it.
Yeah.
I would never do a vanity die. I think I've done one once or twice, and thankfully other people have liked it. But I don't like that idea of doing it because I like. So you see what I've done here is I've laid down piece on my self-healing cutting mat, and I really would suggest a self-healing cutting mat as opposed to a glass mat.
Right.
And the reason is dies and metal dies slide on the glass mat.
That's a good point, actually.
They don't. If you look there, watch. On the self-healing cutting mat,
they're staying there, yeah.
What I've done is I've lined them up on one side against a line.
Okay.
And I've given them approximately ½ centimetre, because you'll notice each letter is 2 centimetres wide.
Right, okay, yeah.
And the reason I've done them at centimetres and not inches, because I normally do everything at inches, is because most people at home, when it comes to their rules, as in what they're called rulers, but my mum would kill me if I called it a ruler.
Yeah, we've had this conversation before.
I know, I don't say it. But also, most people's self-healing cutting mats, again, are in centimetres, so it was done in centimetres. So that's ready then to pick up piece. I can pick that up, piece of tape over, press it down, and it comes off easily enough. And then I can use 2 lines from here to line it straight.
Of course,
Which is why I leave it in the die. So if you can see, I go from that little line and that little line.
Okay, yeah.
There we go. So now, not only is that straight and even spaced, it's straight on the card.
That is so clever.
Which I can't get normally.
Yeah.
I can't do that by eye. I pretend I can and I can't.
Okay.
So all we do is just cut that through. And again, the fun thing is with these will actually fit onto your, if you've got the tiny die cuts. So if you've got the tiny machine, like the Spellbinder Sapphire, those will fit through there.
Oh, that's
as will most of the baubles.
Oh, interesting.
Because they're just about the right width.
John, very quickly, I'm sorry to butt in, but it's kind of important that I do, because we're talking, had a little chat about our happy hour. Half the stock has gone. Just looking at the clock, we're about halfway through the show, so that might mean that we'll have enough for these to last through. We don't know for definite. It's going to be one of two things, isn't it? Is it going to be the stock or the clock that goes first? We'll have to wait and see, but at the time, this moment, if you are watching this and you're thinking about getting hold of them, then I can guarantee they will be on their way to you. You're looking at £9.99. You are going to get all of these with some fabulous designs. I love this one because portrait or landscape, you'll be able to use that in both ways. And as John's mentioned, you've got that open area there. Do check out his YouTube channel because he's giving you a fabulous demonstration on how to work with that one. This one's a nice one as well. You can see all those individual elements. Quite a quirky contemporary Christmas tree featuring on that one. Very nice design. Then you've got your good old snow person. Not snowman, not snow lady, it could be either or. Merry Christmas featuring on there as well. And again, the snowflakes, the continuity going there as well. Now, with regards to this one, look at this. This is a useful one as well because you've got things like your pine cones there. Absolutely amazing, as you can see, all that detail. And of course, the beauty is with an embossing folder is not only you can use them to create your own embossed papers, but you can use them in loads of other techniques as well. £9.99, that's all you're paying for those. You need to take advantage of them while you've got the chance. It's a happy hour, and do join us at the top of each of the one-day special shows to see a brand new happy hour as they go. How are you getting on over there, John?
I'm fine. I've pricked it all out, although actually it took no working. I've got to show you this. You can see on the overhead on my plates, look. You could actually take those letters and use them as the negative. So that's literally as it stuck to my plate. I haven't done that. That's as it stuck itself. So I'm only missing a little bit of the P. And that's it. But it's all come out perfectly. Yeah. But now I want to thread the ribbon through. Okay. And I want to show you, you can get yourself a bodkin.
Oh, that's a good word.
Which you would know. I love the word bodkin.
A good old bodkin.
A big, thick bodkin, which I had but lost. Bought another one, lost it.
Oh, yes.
Or you can do my cheats way. This is, I think this is like centimetre. This is like 10mm ribbon. What I'm going to do is just wrap a little bit of low-tack tape around the end.
Okay. Yeah,
and cut myself a needle.
Yep, a little V.
So you can see that I've given myself a little point and I've got a little needle there. Yeah. So when I bring my card up, what I want to do is I always start bottom right corner.
Okay.
And come through and through. Now this is all shown on the video for doing this.
Wonderful.
So again, don't worry about missing it, because they're on there and they always stay on there. So there's one for every single show. So I'll just carry on like that.
Now, just as you're doing that, John, I've been having a bit of, I've been rummaging through your finished samples, and I found some using the new pollen colours. These are gorgeous colours.
Beautiful colours, beautiful colours. We have this made for us in the Netherlands, in Holland, and we did the spring pollen about 18 months ago, and it totally sold out, and we could not get any more. And it's taken us nearly 18 months to get, because these autumn colours, these winter colours were planned 18 months ago, but because they were designed to match with distress ink and with the craft artist pigment ink, and also make most perfect snowflakes and everything. So we finally managed to get it for this show. And bring it in, and I just love it because it's tiny grains of sand. But in each pot is different colours and different sizes. Right. So it looks more like realistic pollen. Yes. It looks like what you get in the centre of a flower, rather than using embossing powder or little microbeads or anything. And of course, imagine it on snowflakes, or as you showed just then, being used on sort of insect cards. I love the centre of the flowers there, because obviously if you've got your wet glue in there, it keeps its dimension, looks amazing. Well, that is only craft artist PVA piped in. Right, okay. Literally. That's not been made with like hot glue or any silicone or anything special. That is just craft artist PVA piped in. Amazing. $14.99, you're going to get big pots of that. Shall I show you the size of the pot? Let me show you. It's huge. Yeah, this is the difference. You get 50 grams. Wow. Which is actually an awful lot in each pot, and there's 6 colours in the set. Beautiful. So there you go, if you fancy an alternative for those centres. Beautiful, and it's gorgeous, because although this one obviously is featuring as a centre of your flower, it's got that lovely kind of lavender tone to it. Very, very pretty. 6 colours in that set, so you're going to get all of those. And of course, 50ml of each one of them for just £14.99. I like those. How are you getting on with your ribbon weaving over there? So I could pretend that I finally finished it all while we were talking. Haven't. This is one I did earlier. This is the one. This is as far as I got. But you see how easy it is. But of course, you can do it the other way. So you can actually do it so you cover over the snowflake, so that you just have the little stitch, and that's shown on the video as well. Okay. So you can use this. I mean, I don't even think that's that Christmassy. It's how we tie it together. It's lovely. I wanted you to be able to use it all year round, but I love that little centre there. So I've gone all the way round. All I do, you see, is I pull it just a little bit to leave those snowflakes showing, and then just pull the 2 pieces together at the end. A little bit of low-tack tape. And I'm just going to trim those off, okay? And there we've got really neat on the front. Oh, that looks fabulous. Beautiful, crisp, and again, all the different ribbon. Because if you're anything like me, I've got so much ribbon I get shouted at, to be honest, at home. And you don't always want to tie a bow and put it on a card, do you? It's nice to use it in different ways. It is. And again, you could bring it out of the other end and tie it. Oops, I haven't got a cap on that. Oh. So I haven't got to spray a bit on that one, so we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Okay, fair enough. I wonder what's happened to your little bit then. I don't know. I don't know where he's gone. Okay. But let's get some normal glue out. So I would use a little bit of spray glue for speed. Okay. But also just to get me a nice crisp edge, but just going to go around there. And all I've got here, this is a piece of the Craft Artist satin card. But again, if you can imagine in the waterfall card, it would look beautiful as well. But I wanted this really sort of subtle. But you can see that. And if you wanted different colours for that piece, you could actually use the squares behind to cut a square for each one and do different colours. Or you could just have strips going across. Yeah. So there is our main background finished. And now what I want to do is put some I need to put some baubles on it, really, don't I? Oh, yeah, it'd be rude not to. And you know what? One of my favourite things to put on a Christmas card is baubles, because I think they just look so beautiful and such an elegant style. And I love the fact that you've got kind of the combinations of the different styles. I love baubles. A long time ago, when I lived in Spain, I worked with a lady called Shirley. Okay. And we always were talking about Christmas, and obviously we worked in a card and gift shop, so Christmas was a big thing. Yes, yeah. And she used to say, I love all Christmas cards apart from anything with a bauble on. Really?
Really?
So I made her a card with a bauble on every year until, because I love baubles.
Until she succumbed.
Until she succumbed. And she actually said, just before I left, she said, "You have converted me." So I do it intentionally. So what I'm going to do is, I want to have, I mean, I don't have, on my Christmas tree, I don't have any tinsel or anything. It's all baubles.
I like tinsel.
It's all baubles.
I'm not keen on
I'm not a tinsel person.
Yeah.
So you've got an outside and you've got the detail inside. And that's important not only because it gives you flexibility, because obviously you could cut that bauble and use, there's actually some of my scene dies as the happy hour deal on the next show at 8 o'clock.
You're not meant to tell them about a happy hour ahead
but
of
they
it.
could go across on this, so you can tie it in with what you've already got.
Now I'm looking at the packaging there, and I'm thinking to myself, this would make a nice tag as well to go on gifts.
It would. You could double it
Nice
over
little
as well,
gift tag,
couldn't
yeah.
you? There's actually, I've got a sample. We had too many samples to put out.
You're telling me there's loads here. I've got to work through these and show people.
I think there's over 200 in total. But a little bit of tape, we put them both together, yeah, and just run that through. So they will fit through evenly, and again, that will go through one of your smaller die cutting machines easily.
Yeah, it's a nice slender design, and again, it's nice that you've given us the two dies. Could have quite easily combined these together and it just cuts out one style of bauble and that's it. But it's the combination that is key.
To me, it's important to have both, because what I can do then is, so I pop this one out, and again, it's delicate but not too delicate. And I've got to say, all you need to do is just spend a little bit of time, not lots, just ease each bit out. They cut beautifully, but if you're expecting, this is not one you can flick, because look at the level of detail you've got in here.
Amazing.
If you look at his antlers, the actual time it took me to tie the stag to the outside thin line and then merge each snowflake on to hold it in place.
I think this is one of my favourites.
It took a long time.
The finished samples showing off those baubles, phenomenal. Just while John's teasing out those pieces, can I show you Maxine's card? This is absolutely gorgeous. And I love that combination, your odd numbers, as we often do with our cards there, all coming together to show you different shapes of those fabulous baubles. And again, the foliage coming from that complete collection. But I must admit, I think this is a really clever idea. Lovely Leslie has done this one. And she's kind of created a recess. It's got a very kind of, almost like a Moroccan feel to it, I think. If you took away that little crown at the top there, I think it almost looks like an exotic perfume bottle or a Moroccan look to it.
It could be, actually, couldn't it?
You could actually do those around, couldn't you? If you've got a square card and almost have them coming from the centre there and creating a big flower.
You could go all the way
up.
You could. Ooh. Hayley, this is why I love working with you, because you're a true crafter.
My mind's going into overtone. Just very quickly, while I've got your attention, can I just give you a little bit of an update stock-wise with these? Just to let you know, with your one-day specials together as your complete bundle, that 40% of the stock has gone. We had huge quantities of these. We knew how popular they would be, not only as their individual one-day specials, but of the grouping of them both coming together. So this is why I'm a little bit nervous, the fact that so many have gone in the first hour. This is the launch hour. If you're wanting yours, and the details are on your screen. Now you might look at that and think, well, hang on a minute, I'm paying nearly £100 for these. Why are you only giving me a £4 saving? Well, we're not, because with your one-day specials, you're saving a £5 on each one of those. So it means in addition to your £4 saving on your screen there, you're actually realistically saving £14 overall, bringing those £10 savings in. It's the same with regards to your your complete bundle as a Freedom member. You'll still get the £10 saving that you'll get with your one-day specials, but this time you are actually getting a £13.59 saving in addition, which actually means you're saving £23.59 and bringing the price down to £86.33. Now, whether you're a Freedom member or not, everybody can spread the cost over 3 payments, which means when you divide it down, then those payments are going to be lower if you're a Freedom member. It means that you're paying just £28.78 for your first payment of your 3 payments. Of course, you're not going to have any post and packing to go on that first payment because you're a Freedom member. But if you were going for the one-day special, there's no saving as an additional saving as a Freedom member. You're actually going to be paying, is it about £24 there or thereabouts as your first flexi buy? So it makes sense to pay an extra £4 or so. No, you've got your 3 payments, but you will get everything. And as John has explained, when he designed this, the corner there, the snowflake from the corner there, you can see how it works with that collection of snowflakes. The snowflake on the corner and in the collection work with the snowflake in the baubles, and equally so on this almost mandala style snowflake. They all come together That's why having them all together is such a brilliant idea. And the poinsettias, I have never seen so many poinsettias being able to cut out in one die. The sentiments, again, very, very useful. Even those little squares, you will find a use for those with other things in your stash. And that ribbon weaving that we saw John do with that card that he's working on now, absolutely beautiful. They all come together so fabulously that really, if you're thinking about getting hold of these, I don't know how you can choose between the one-day specials. They're both equally as good and as beautiful as each other, but getting them all together extends your possibilities. And I think that's the key thing, isn't it, John, to get the most out of these.
It is. You can tie, everything works together, and it works. It's always backward and forward compatible.
Yes.
So it will work. What you'll actually find is, if you've got my square seam box, which is coming back into stock this month.
Yeah.
It's one of the dies that we do bring back in. So I'm just going to stick this one down while we're talking about this one. This fits perfectly on the square seam box. In fact, on the packaging, you'll see the card, I used the square seam box on it.
Right, okay.
But also, if you got the Mayfield die earlier in the year, if you were lucky enough to get that one, then these panels will fit it. So you can actually interchange and put this panel on the outside of the insert for the Mayfield.
Beautiful.
And this frame will work as an around things like the oundle and all the other dies I've done this year, so they'll all match together. So I've just tied it together to make myself a basic card, a sort of, I think this is a 6x6. It's not going to be a 6x6, John, is it? It's you. It's going to be a 7x7 at least. But while we were talking, so we cut out and I pricked out all the pieces of this one.
Lovely.
Yeah, okay, you can see there on the overhead. Yeah, but then because they're separate, I can cut the backer for it.
Yes, of course.
That's the big difference. Or I can cut, I can actually cut that and cut the insert into a smaller piece as Leslie did. And go back and actually go back 3 layers.
Yes.
Really easily and change the colour every time. So I've got my magic glue working now in my magic spray box that vanishes, which just makes it easier. And this is one where I would use either your glue glaze or your spray glue.
Okay.
To see how delicate that is.
So pretty, yeah.
And what I'm actually going to do is add on. Now, what I did do, I've got one here already done. I included the bezel, or the roundel. I can never remember what it's called.
I called it a little crown, but I don't know.
Crown? Oh, I quite like that one.
I don't know what you call that bit.
I might steal that one for the rest of the show.
That's all right, by all means.
So I've added more glue into this, but I haven't mixed it properly.
Okay.
Because I always say in the fine line bottles, always add a little bit of water in.
Just to make it flow. It's very fine detail nozzle, isn't it? So yeah, it makes sense. I made the mistake of forgetting that, and then I was going blue in the face trying to squeeze it through the nozzle.
Yeah, that's a story of my life, but make sure if you've not used it for a couple of weeks, then give it a shake.
Lovely.
So, there we go. So we're just going to pop that on top, but that fits exactly over that.
Oh, look at that.
And to me, that finishes it. The sort of bauble cap there, the crown, doesn't work. Not that I nicked the word cap from our producer, but it finishes it off.
Isn't that beautiful?
Without that, they look very raw, and I've seen a lot of baubles that don't actually have that. So what I'm going to do next is take some more of the ribbon.
Okay.
And this is why there's a hole in it. Because baubles are strung, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
So we could use the dies that are in the set, or we can string through.
Well, that's a good point, because you've kind of got the string on the die if you wanted to cut one yourself as well,
Yeah, so we can just pop that together. I'm going to do the other one, and then I'm just going to place these on. And I'm sorry, I normally try and do at least 2, but I'm trying to show lots of different techniques in
Well, there's been a lot to cover during this initial show. Of course, don't forget this is the first of 5 hours that we've got dedicated to the one-day special. So it was important that we cover everything during this hour so you know exactly what you're getting for your money. But we've got so many finished samples here that we'll share with you as well. So thank you to everybody with your cards. We will show those as the hours progress, and John will show us more of these demonstrations. But like I say, there's a lot to cover.
There is. So what I'm doing is placing one on. I'm just going to wrap that over and take a little bit of low-tack tape on the back. So you can see I stuck this down but didn't really want to. So that's got 1 layer of foam tape.
Lovely.
Yeah. This next one, I want to stand a little bit more proud. So I'm going to put 2 layers on so that it stands proud just through the centre. And this one's going to be that little bit higher. Can you see there? Just using the same bauble works.
Nice,
of course, in this set, you've got 3.
course, yes.
So you can make this. Say you made this in the 4 different colours that we've sort of got. Or there's actually 8 different colours that we've got in the card packs
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you've got it in 3 different bauble shapes. So you could make that in 3 times 8, 8, 6, 20. 860.
Oh, I can't
24.
do the maths, John.
So, you know, you could make it 24, look 24 different ways, just using exactly the same design. So I'm just going to use, to secure my ribbon, a little bit of foam tape, just to be, I should put it round the other sides as well, but I am trying to go quickly because I do want to just do the snowflakes, but I want to give you a second before I do that. So
no problem.
Get that onto a mat and layer. And then if there's something you want to cover for a couple of minutes, and I'll get ready to do the snowflakes.
You sure? Okay. Oh, that is amazing. I love that. I don't know where to start with these finished samples. I've got one in each hand here, and it's, well, I'll show you both of them. I love this one. Look at this, creating that aperture. And because you've got that outside die, you can use that as a placement to create your little aperture windows and then have your elements sitting behind. You could almost make your little bauble shaker cards with these, couldn't you, if you wanted to? Has it got, oh, so it has, yeah. It has got your sparkles in there.
That's actually got the snow in there mixed with glitter. So that, because the snow fills it better.
Yes, you can just kind of see it across there.
You can almost, I mean, I use too much glitter really there, but you can actually see
is there ever too much glitter?
Yeah, there is. There can be.
Now, this is where John was talking about that amazing cardstock that we've got in your different colour combinations, bringing it together. This is a good idea as well, because when you actually go for these sets, you can mix up the different colours. Now, the red and green do come together in one of the bundles. We've got other combinations, and it does feature that fabulous waterfall card. And if you're not sure what waterfall card is, you can see it just in the backdrop here, where you've got that kind of glitter content there, but it's almost like a line going through it at the same time. Absolutely beautiful.
And can you see on the background there, that's the same framework, isn't it?
Oh, of course,
because it slots back in to do it twice to make you a taller card.
Clever.
So that's cut in twice to give us that taller card.
Now, oh my goodness, look at this. I love this. It's like a poinsettia spotlight there. You can see the main poinsettia absolutely beautifully popped into the corner there, but then this cascade coming down here. It really is an amazing set. I mean, look at that. That is beautiful. Leslie, again, you've created such a beautiful card. I need bigger hands. I need bigger hands for these. Everything is absolutely incredible. Now, can I just show you this one now? Can you see there's an embossing folder being used in the back of here? Now, have a guess where that came from.
And that's another one of the video cards.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so if you want to know how this one was put together, then, yeah, and I have used the happy hour deal folder.
Well, there you go. The happy hour deal features that exact same embossing folder that you just saw there featuring on that card there. So that is the one that was used in the card. It's not the only one that you're getting in this set though. You're actually getting 4, and they are all equally as beautiful and perfect for your Christmas projects or your winter themed projects. So $9.99 will get you all of these, and as John has mentioned, do check out his YouTube channel. You will see these being used alongside your complete collections and your one-day specials. So definitely make sure you're adding those in. But 2/3 of the stock has gone. You've got around 15 minutes or so to take advantage of those. That is discounted price. They will go up in price, but will it be the stock to go? Will it be the case that the price will go up? I don't know. But if you're getting yours now, I can guarantee that you will get it on its way to you for $9.99 plus your post and packing. 983-742 if you're yet to pop it into your basket. So, John, what was it you wanted to show us?
So now I want to add a little bit of sparkle on.
Okay.
But I want to mirror these beautiful snowflakes that I've got running through here, and they're on the Baroque Snowflake Plate. So, and this is using a scrap of satin. This actually isn't even an A6 piece.
Oh, wow,
This was
okay.
an oddment from the side. Actually, that looks like I'm using a piece of steel, doesn't it? That's how beautiful the satin is. I should have chosen something like a red or something, you know, something really bright to use for the TV, but I like this one.
Marcus won't mind.
No, Marcus is a star. He'll put up with it. So just run it through. Now, there's a lot of detail in here. So go forward and back.
Okay.
But again, it will fit through any of your A5 die cutting machines, and some of your actual smaller ones because of that sort of aperture. But we can see there, what you'll get is, just ease them out, how delicate these snowflakes are.
Beautiful.
So you can see
oh, look at the little tiny dots.
And they are embossed in, and that's just one cut. That's all I've actually done in there. Is one cut through. So I've got, but if I show you, that's one, Look how the different sizes of them. And I'm just easing them out. There we go.
So have you got repeats of sizes in there?
You've got basically 5, you've got, let's go from the beginning.
Okay.
So you've got, and each one is 5 mil smaller.
Okay, right.
So it can be used as a flower. So you've got 1, 2, where's my centre one gone? 3, 4, 5 sizes. Yeah, but you've got that from this plate twice.
Okay.
So to start with there, we get 10. Now, I don't know how much it would cost me for 10 detailed snowflakes like that.
Well,
but
yeah.
I would expect it to be £1 a bag, to be honest.
Yeah.
Based on my personal experience of buying them in the past for embellishment. But we also get then 3 more sizes of the centre, which is the same as the centre in the frame, but you get that twice again. So from that scrap piece of card there, I've got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 out. Yeah. And what I've done is, what you'll notice is, and it's hard to show this, but if I can, I'll try and get it in the right place. If you can see here, it's symmetrical and designed to be a background.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Right, so
that is so clever, yeah.
There.
Yes.
There,
yeah.
there.
They've not just been thrown down.
No. And the idea is you can put another colour behind this, so I could grab something.
And don't forget, this is a quarter of an A4 sheet that you're working with here.
This is a quarter. This is an A6 piece of card. So this is of this satin card. This is 12.5p, is it?
Well, we looked at. We've got some fabulous packs of your different card stock. So with these, you're getting 2 colours combined together that work really well together. So gold and silver on this one. Now you can see there, £14.99. Let's call it £15. It's easier for my maths. 30 sheets. So that works out at 50p a sheet. Absolute bargain. But then when you factor in the fact that you're only using a quarter of one of those sheets, that makes it around, like you say, 12.5p for that quarter piece, that piece that John has just used there. And he's actually used it to create some fabulous embellishments, but also a beautiful background as well.
So the embellishments have cost me 12.5p.
Wow.
But then this panel here has cost me nothing, if I got those.
Because it's a bit of a bonus, yeah,
so
it's true,
can you see that works? Each one was designed so that this is a background. Beautiful. So I put the red mirror card behind it. But just frame that up or put a sentiment on it, and there's what I call your bin men cards done.
Yes.
You know, the cards that we have to send 20 or... I saw a lady on social media said, right, I've got started, and that's the first 60 cards done of my simple ones to go to work colleagues.
Yes, yeah.
I'm like, they're bin men cards.
Yeah.
The ones you have to put the £10 in, otherwise your rubbish gets strewn down the path. Certainly where I came from as a kid. But we've got all of that out of it, and that's what I wanted to do.
Fabulous.
Just because dies are big and big in metal doesn't necessarily mean they're going to give you the value.
That's a really good point, yeah.
What we try and do is, the smaller I can get this in, this would be double the price, if not more, if I did 16 individual snowflake dies.
Yes, yeah.
I try and condense it in to make it better value.
I'll tell you something, Anne's a fan of the snowflakes, and she's emailed in earlier on, and I love this because the title of the email is, "Oh my word, a dream has come true." I love this. Anne, I can completely agree with you. John, congratulations on the most beautiful snowflake ever. Dreams do come true. So please, you have done this Baroque snowflake, which can actually be used all year round and not just for Christmas. And I think that's the thing, because when you actually look at certain elements of it, it almost has got that kind of star-like look to it. It's not just about that kind of snowflake look that you would kind of associate with Christmas.
It's not. I wanted you to be able to use it all year round. That, to me, if that didn't say peace, let's be honest, even that poinsettia and that holly and that ivy,
they don't look...
They don't scream Christmas. It says it for the occasion. But realistically, when you're paying, so if you go for the complete collection, and this is probably one of the most expensive bundles I've ever put together.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to split it into 2. But what I wanted is, if you're going to be putting that sort of money out, you want to be able to use them all year.
Yes, definitely.
You want them to go for your Christmas cards. If you're like me, 60% of my personal stash is Christmas.
Yes, yeah.
I love Christmas.
Yeah.
I love Christmas crafting products and crafting for Christmas. But if I could pull out the snowflakes and the poinsettias and use them all year round, it's a small flower.
Yeah.
These are designed to tie up to make a flower. There's a sample somewhere that it shows you where it's actually together as a little flower.
This is, well, yeah, it's easy for you to say, John.
Yeah,
I've got
I know, because it's one of the 200.
But we will find it.
But that's the idea of it.
We will find it. Now, I must give you an update. We're rapidly coming to the end of the hour, and of course, that also means we're rapidly coming to the end of the hour where you can be getting your fabulous happy hour deal. At this state of play, 80% of the stock has gone. So at the moment, you're okay. Now, we do tend to find that during the break, while these are still valid as a happy hour deal, lots of you will be placing and completing your orders online and on the telephones as well. I only hope we've got enough stock to see these through. So can I suggest that you get a little bit ahead of the game, and if you've not already checked out your basket, to check your basket out now, because it will ensure that you are going to get all of these fabulous embossing folders with your little snowman in there, with those fabulous pine cones that we've seen, of course with those beautiful kind of funky Christmas trees that you're getting within there, and of course that beautiful embossing folder with the open area in the centre that John has used during one of his YouTube tutorials. And again, you can jump onto there and actually see that in action. But the whole one-day special and the complete collections you have been loving. Details are on your screen, at the bottom of your screen. In fact, we're going to move them round for you, because you've got your 2 one-day specials giving you all of the possibilities, all of the opportunities to create some of the most incredible cards, and in so many different ways. And I have to say, John, I feel awful because there's so many beautiful designs here. We haven't had a chance to show so many of them.
No, we really haven't. I mean, look at this one of Sheila's, where she's tied thread and ribbon all the way around it.
Isn't that beautiful? And the delicacy of these as well. And this one here, without the words of Christmas on there, I don't think you'd actually think of it being a Christmas card. It's beautiful.
No.
Rapidly...
And don't worry, that sentiment stamp is on its way.
Oh, okay, sneaky peek.
The sneaky peeks all over these, there really are.
Fair enough. So yes, the one-day special, the complete bundle, you have been loving it. You've been taking advantage of it in your droves, and I love that because it is showing you just how popular these fabulous designs are. And this is absolutely beautiful. It's something that you could create as a gorgeous ornament, as you can see there. How beautiful is that? So be aware, we are busy. If you're wanting yours, be quick with regards to this one. John, thank you so much. Should we do it again at 8?
We'll do it again at 8 o'clock.
Lovely. Will you be there?